What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here, recording over on Unsleeved Media's set because I'm rearranging some stuff over on my main set right now. Well, it turns out that The Last Jedi wasn't actually a bad movie. Did you know that? That's right. It was actually great. The only people that actually didn't like it were more Russian bots. Who'd have thunk it? I'm probably going to go buy the special edition titanium case Blu-ray now, rewatch it, because everything has changed. That's right, The Last Jedi hate was, quote, weaponized by Russia, study says. Now, you know what's interesting to me is that how come all these people aren't saying that Kelly Marie Tran was bullied by Russian bots? How come it's the toxic fandom that bullied, allegedly, Kelly Marie Tran and Ryan Roundhead Johnson, and not Russian bots? The Brexit vote, the 2016 presidential election, and the online reaction to The Last Jedi. What do all these have in common? Allegedly skewed by Russian trolls. The Last Jedi accusation comes in a new paper by Morton Bay, a research fellow, and we're going to get into him in a minute, at the University of Southern California, George Lucas's alma mater. Bay analyzed all tweets sent directly to The Last Jedi director Ryan Roundhead Johnson over a 7-month period after the movie's release. His conclusion? More than 50% were bots, trolls, sock puppets, or political activists using the debate to propagate messages supporting, quote, extreme right-wing causes and discrimination of gender, race, or sexuality. A number of these users appear to be Russian trolls. The last part is no mere guesswork. It's based on a list of 2,752 accounts that Twitter itself identified as being linked to the Russia's Internet Research Agency, its so-called troll farm. Of nearly 1,000 users that tweeted at Johnson in the period, 16 were suspected Russian accounts. 16 out of 1,000. And you're writing a research paper about that. The majority of these, almost exclusively, tweeted about The Last Jedi, Ryan Roundhead Johnson, or right-wing politics, specifically retweeting personalities from the far right or alt-right. The study says many repeated each other's talking points. Yeah, that's totally unique to this conversation, such as the tweet from now deleted account Mark So 9486288885. So now explain why Mark Hamill didn't like it. What about that is right-wing politics? It sounds like a legitimate critique of the film. And also, are we going to trust Twitter's classification of what is a troll or a bot account? I have sock Twitter accounts. I'm not Russian. I have accounts so that I can see all the accounts that I'm blocked by. But I don't tweet about alt-right politics or troll-related items. The Russian account's goal appears to have been the same as it was in Brexit and the 2016 elections, to pile on discord that already existed in the U.S. society. There were plenty of homegrown political activists attacking Ryan Roundhead Johnson, too. Around 60 of the 1,000, by the way, were what you might classify hardcore right-wing. Other than slapping The Last Jedi, their tweets were virulently pro-Trump, NRA, and anti-SJW, whatever they took that to mean. And in other words, there's a good deal of overlap here with the so-called Gamergate crowd. Not Gamergate! It's always Gamergate. The trolls, bots, and alt-right haters made a lot of noise, to be sure. They continue to do so in Ryan Roundhead Johnson's Menchies. even after the study period ended. But Bay found that they were in a clear minority. The number of accounts, quote, attacking the movie was less than 22% of all tweets sent to Ryan Roundhead Johnson about The Last Jedi. Take the automated accounts and the IRA Russians out of the equation, and you'll probably get something close to the result of other studies and surveys. The Last Jedi was reviewed positively by roughly 90% of its audience, and it was also the best-selling Blu-ray of 2018 thus far. Your move, Vladimir Putin. Now, I find that interesting. I find that very interesting. That I wonder if this guy has any interest in talking to Ryan Roundhead Johnson. What do you think? Do you think he might have some ulterior motive to doing this? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. By the way, I wanted to pull up. The article quotes 90% positive reviews. Well, you must just be taking the hilariously debunked and nobody takes seriously number of the critics at Rotten Tomatoes. But when you look at people that actually saw the movie, 201,000 votes compared to 300, okay? So nearly 500 times as many people reviewed it that saw the movie. Okay, this is what you call a sample size, 201,000. This is what you call a bourgeois elite. Okay, 45% of the people liked the film. And let's just take a look at Moreton Bay. Let's take a look. We get Ryan Roundhead Johnson tweeting it out. Very big deal. Very big deal, right? He's been a journalist for a couple of decades, so unfortunately, I know how nuance and science get lost in sensationalism. It's fine, but people need to know. But I'm affiliated with the USC's Annenberg Center for the Digital Future, not the school itself, yet. And we see, by the way, Ryan Roundhead Johnson, I believe we live in the same little neighborhood. So if you want to grab coffee at one of the cafes around here, I'm happy to show you details about your Russian and foreign attackers. Just DM me. Well, details that you didn't publish for any of the general public. Just like hilarious evidence. It's Russia. I think Russia has more important things to worry about these days. And Moreton Bay, PhD, appears to be writing this to get some sort of favor with Ryan Roundhead Johnson. I'm not entirely sure what he thinks he can do. Maybe Morton's got a movie he wants completely destroyed. Maybe he is a big fan of another popular franchise that hasn't been completely destroyed by Marxists in the 2000s. I mean, they've already gotten Ghostbusters. They've gotten Star Wars. I mean, I suppose they could do Indiana Jones. Maybe that will be the next one to write and destroy. Maybe Lord of the Rings. Maybe Morton's got a script for a new Lord of the Rings that's ultra woke, where Frodo's actually pansexual. I'm not entirely sure. But that's right, folks. Get out and buy your Last Jedi DVD now, because as you know, nobody actually reviewed this movie accurately. It was just Russian trolls. Thanks for watching this video. I think I'm going to have 3 uploads for you today, so stick around, enjoy the ride, and we'll talk to you again real soon.